Hi, I'm Nam. Now I will show you the wireless communication between two Raspberry Pi using Lora, one receiver and one transmitter the data. The hardware materials we need to have are two Raspberry Pis 3 and two Lora version 2 SX1278 SPI interfacing with Raspberry Pi and two antennas here. Now we go to the Raspberry Pi to see the result on Python program and RED flow. First, we see the result on Raspberry Pi using RED flow. This is my RED on the transmitter side. I have done before. This is my RED I have done before on the receiver side. And when I click here, 11 injected, and you will see the value on the receiver side here. Okay, now we go to see the result on Python program. Result on Raspberry Pi using Python code. When I run this code on the transmitter side here, I need to transmit 12. Here, you see the value on the receiver side, and I transmit value 23, and you see the value on the receiver side here. Now we go to the wire connections. Here, the wire connection between two Raspberry Pi with two Lora module. The table of wire connection. SPI connect to SPI pins on Raspberry Pi. SPI 0. Okay, CEO. Just select. Similar with the receiver side on the transmitter side here. We need two antennas. 433 megahertz. And now we go to the Python code on Raspberry Pi. On both Raspberry Pi, on the receiver side and on the transmitter side, we need to turn on the terminal and install some packages we don't have. Go to this website and follow this guide configuring the Raspberry Pi for Lora module. Step 1, Step 2, Step 3, Step 4, Step 5, and finally Step 6. All of this step I have done before, and now I don't need to do again. Okay, now we turn on the Python program to run the Python code. On the receiver side, we have this code here. Import the libraries Python code. Board setup to set the SPI and DIO pins here to interfacing with Raspberry Pi. On this class, we have three definitions: initial, start, and RX done. Set mod sleep to save the power. Set DL mapping. Go to this website to see here the manual of SIM tag digital I/O pins mapping. Follow this guide to configure it. For receivers, they are mapping setting like this. Definition star. Configure the receiver signal, indicator, status, and frequency to receive data. Alright, done. To get the data and execute the data after the incoming packet is read. Okay, bring the receiver values on the console or terminal. On the transmitter side, it's similarly. Turn on the terminal and install the packets we don't have. I have done before. Now I turn on the Python program to see the Python code on transmitter side. Here, similarly, import the Python libraries. Use the board setup to set the SPI and dial mapping. Here, go to this website to set up the digital I/O pins mapping. Set the format array data in 1 byte to transmit. Write by log. Okay, and bring the transmitter values on the console. And now I run this code here. On the receiver side, I run 2. Okay, run receiver. Enter on transmitter side and send it. You see on the receiver side here. I need to transmit 23, enter, and you see the value on the receiver side here. And for more information, you need to go to this website to read the script. Okay. And now we go to Node-RED program on Raspberry Pi to configuration. Here, my Node-RED flows I have done before. Short nodes you don't have like this. You need to go to this, go to Manage Palette and install it. Install it here, Python. Here, you need to click here to install. I have installed before. Inject it here. Configure. Set string number 11 and done. Add Python function. We need to configure like this. This is code I have done before. You need to pay attention with this here. Message by log from injected. And done. And now we go to Node-RED on receiver side here. We used injected node and is that node to run the Python code. Open it. Command here, Python 3, location of the receiver Python code we have done before. We need to turn on the fire from here and here. We have done before on the Python code. Turn on it to see and check it here. Okay, close. We need to right click and copy path. Return to Node-RED and paste it here. Okay, choose spawn mode and done. Debug the values, deploy it. And now when I inject it, value here 11, and you see the values on receiver side here, string 11. That's all of my video. If you have any question about this, you can contact me by put the comment below. Don't forget to subscribe my channel to see more video about Raspberry Pi, Node-RED and Python code. Thank you very much. All of this I will put on the description. You can download it easily.